Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. Boog, nice, coming at you with news update, I guess.
LAX is closed to the general public 24 hours a day.
LAX in Cali, and I haven't made a video in a long time. I'm making a video, man.
Yo. Yeah, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale props, effects and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you post the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it on the dial. F what you heard, let me tell you boys what I know. It's all facts, put displaying on the map. B, you better check my bio. No cap. A Scully in my tee, got my logo, whole fit, master kicks. I'm organic with the promo. I don't edit the pic, that's a no-no. And then lie about it like a bozo. I'm just one of the best, pound for pound, world renowned, recognized around the globe. Peter B and Miles in the picture perfect pose, and it's all tangible when the sentinel explodes. Boom, I got that spark. My cutouts be sharp as my darts. Sit back, relax, it's about to start. Welcome to Articulated Comic Book Art.
So yeah, I'm in Cali, chilling. Let's do a little backtrack and recap. Shout out to the boys over at the Behind the Plastic podcast. You know, I did that back in February, talked about it. It's a great episode, great format that they have over there, 12-minute episodes. Since then, seen a lot of cool people throughout the community pop up on that show. So again, check it out. Shout out to my man, Trevor16 Shooter, I think is the most recent episode that dropped or that is about to drop. This news update is all about Hasbro Marvel Legends. So everything Legends related over the past couple months. So back on the 20th of February, we had a Hasbro live stream. We saw the tease for the Wolverine and Spider-Man 2-pack. I don't think we knew that it would be a 2-pack at that point, but that the two characters in their Fantastic Four uniforms would pop up. It would match with the previously released Valeria and Franklin Richards, and then they could all match up with the previously released Fantastic Four OG characters in these uniforms. I know a lot of people wanted to see the kind of new Fantastic Four with Spider-Man, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and Hulk in these costumes. I do think at some point we will see that. Since then, this has gone up for pre-order. We also had got the tease for a S.H.I.E.L.D. 3-pack, utilizing some newer, bulkier bodies for the son of Nick Fury and Dum Dum Dugan, plus an updated Sharon Carter. Again, this is going up for pre-order. We've seen the full offering, all three characters, lots of accessories, plus an updated classic Nick Fury and a different head sculpt for Sharon Carter. The set is fire. It's very, very good. And a decent price. I had originally guesstimated that this would be about $90 to $100 on one of the episodes of the ACBA podcast. Surprisingly, it was only like $70, I think. 74, something like that. Then we got to look at, I guess this would be the second Build-A-Figure wave of 2024. The Zabu Build-A-Figure wave, solid wave. Probably my top three, though. Wolfsbane will complete our 90s X Factor. We got the kind of Marvel vs. Capcom Cable, which is really just like a 90s look for Cable. I mean, this costume was probably popularized by Marvel vs. Capcom, but it's a comic look. And also Kazar to go along with Zabu, again, who's the Build-A-Figure in this wave. I guess at some point we will see Shauna. Looks like we're going to start building out our comic-based Eternals. We'll get another member for our Red Guard. Superior Iron Man, which is one that people have wanted for quite a while. I don't love this, though. And this sort of kind of like evil version of Thor that's actually not really Thor, even though it says Thor on the package. It's actually supposed to be a character that kind of rivals Galactus in power, scale. You know, Galactus is the quote-unquote devourer of worlds, and this character is a devourer of universes. So comic heavy stuff. I love it. You know, I've been trying to build up and complete all of my Build-A-Figures. I did do that in the month of March, I suppose. I'm all caught up. I have the Zabu Build-A-Figure wave on pre-order, and I was able to complete maybe like 5 or 6 different Build-A-Figures and maybe like a 2-month span. Doing some renovations, turning one of my extra rooms into an office where all of my Build-A-Figures will be housed and all of my detals. This is me sort of in the preliminary stages here. Since then, I've added my final detolf into the room. Got some stuff on top. I don't have any pictures or video of that, but it's coming along very, very nicely. I'm feeling good about that. Did take a few vanity shots of the Void Build-A-Figure, which I think is pretty nice. A little top heavy, but you can see the base here is the MCU Venom. I would have loved for these appendages to be articulated. I think they kind of dropped the ball there. This could have been a very, very cool, unique Build-A-Figure. Not to say that it's not already, but again, if the appendages were articulated, and I think if he was just a tad bit bigger, it'd be a little better, but again, looks great with Sentry. Pretty happy about it. And speaking of the Venom buck, shout out to my man Plastic Goodies on Instagram. That's plastic_goodies. He sent me this head sculpt. I had put up a little reel on Instagram. It's a head sculpt, it's feet, and it's some like tendrils basically that you can attach to the Venom that came in the Venom and Null 2-pack, and you can make a nice, very cool comic-based Venom where he doesn't have the toes. He's got the more comic accurate feet. And again, these little tendrils just plug right into the back where the wings would go for this character. So yeah, hit up my man Plastic Goodies on Instagram to get yourself this kit. Also, shout out to my man Spider_Machine on Instagram, who's got the Romita Senior inspired head sculpt. I finally pulled the trigger on this Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends 3-pack. This head works perfectly on this figure, and it also works on the Mafex Spider-Man as well. Again, that's Spider_Machine to get this head sculpt. And we had WonderCon in the final week of March. Again, all of this stuff we kind of talked about on the podcast. I just didn't really have an opportunity to just chat about it on the channel and give my thoughts about certain things. It's been a lot of comic-based heavy Marvel Legends. I'm glad that they have taking a little break on the MCU stuff. I mean, I know why that is. Obviously, the MCU has taken a break and things have gotten pushed back to 2025 in terms of the movies and stuff that's supposed to drop. So this has given them a great opportunity to just go comic book heavy. But yeah, at WonderCon, we got word of a retro-carded Iron Man wave, which features what we knew was going to be coming, the gold-plated Iron Man armor. I'm really looking forward to a classic Avengers shaping up. We got what is like a hybrid almost of like the spacesuit. I think they calling this Model 09. Shout out to Rectangular. We talked about this on the podcast. He gave some clarification about this figure. We got Model 20, which has had a lot of changes in the comic book. I talked about this on the podcast. Shout out to my man Resilient Customs. We were talking about this quite a bit in private chat, but overall I think this looks pretty good. I am concerned about the hinge, or what might be a lack of a hinge on these hands. Looks like it might be obstructed by that portion there on the top of each hand. So I'm a little concerned about that. Then we got She-Hulk in the onesie. Not technically the She-Hulk I wanted in the onesie, but I'll take this for a classic look. You could definitely start building up your like sort of like 70s, early 80s kind of classic Avengers. Classic villain, Whiplash. Another classic villain, Count Nefari. So this is a solid wave. And I would have liked for this to actually be a Build-A-Figure wave, but again, they've been kind of moving away from that and giving you deluxe figures on their own that could have been Build-A-Figures. I'll talk about that shortly. I had also got a little teaser at WonderCon with this little tiny, pretty detailed Quinjet. And I was thinking that this might have been a tease for the HasLab, but then I thought about it and they did say that they weren't going to be doing another vehicle for quite a while. I'll double back to this. I had got a pile of loot. I forgot exactly everything that was on it, but the Scarlet Spider was on there, and definitely one of my top 5 Spider-Men from Marvel Legends in this new era. You know, back in the days, during the Toy Biz era, and like, you know, right in the early stages, I had my top sort of 3 Spider-Men as the McFarlane, what we called the McFarlane style Spider-Man from a Spider-Man Classics line, even though it wasn't really McFarlane Spider-Man. The Fearsome Foes Spider-Man. And then it was that other buff, real buff Spider-Man that was super articulated. Drawing a blank on the name right now. But those were my top 3 Spider-Men. Now in this new era of Marvel Legends, obviously the Renew Your Vows buck with the added toe joints. The Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man is obviously up there. But yeah, the Scarlet Spider is the Renew Your Vows. But something about it seems different in terms of the range and the fluidity of the movement on this. And it's just very, very good. You know, I half joke joke that it's better than the Mafex, but I'm actually not really joking. I do think it is actually better than the Mafex in terms of how it moves, the feel, the sturdiness of it. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, Mafex has a lot of accessories and what have you. You get that all together in one pack. But just the feel of this figure, the look of it, and it's not really anything that the Mafex can do that this figure can't do in terms of posing. In my effort to finish up all of the Build-A-Figures from Marvel Legends from the beginning, from the very beginning of time until present, I was also army building the Mindless One. So shout out to any and everybody that helped me do that. I am still finishing up a few. I'm looking for right arms, right legs, and torsos. So anybody out there that may have that, let me know. Took some shots of these, messing around. Dormammu and Doom. This was during a session where I was taking pictures of Sentry and Void. Took pictures of Vision and Ultron as well. And during this time, I did get the another 50th anniversary Wolverine pack, the one with Sabretooth, which I'm really excited about. And I also got Angel, who is great. I really would have loved for this figure to have butterfly joints, but you know, inevitably we're going to get this guy in blue. And I think we'll get an updated Archangel as well, because this body that they're using for Angel here is a little bigger and buffer than obviously the old Bucky Cap mold that they use for Archangel. But yeah, on the 8th of April, they kind of doubled back, and we did find out where that little Quinjet would be packed. We got word of Wasp and Giant Man 2-pack. Giant Man is going to be a 1/12 6-inch scale version of the HasLab Giant Man. Only difference is that you won't get both options for the antenna. So just the black ones here on the figure. But they basically told us that this was ready to ship, and it was. It went up for pre-order the next day, and many people got it within, you know, a couple of days of that. I have it in hand. Great head sculpts on Giant Man and Wasp. She looks phenomenal. This is like a premium figure that is going to look really good alongside the HasLab Giant Man. So make sure you check out episode 313 of the ACBA podcast. I talked about some of this stuff in depth on the podcast yesterday in terms of the things that were shown at the most recent Marvel Legends live stream, but it was all heat, in my opinion. Everything was fire. Really looking forward to that Astonishing X-Men Wolverine. Despite any little hiccups that they had with the uniform, it'll still work for your Astonishing X-Men Wolverine, for your New Avengers, you know, quite a few teams, as will that Luke Cage. That's going to go with Danny Rand. Superior Spider-Man. I know a little people were a little upset with the lower torso, but I still think it looks great. Just everything that they showed. I'm trying to remember what the other stuff was. The Scar sort of Hulk. There was a few things from that 85th anniversary program that they did not show yet that we know are rumored to come, like Odin, Hulkbuster, which they did show a little tease for, and a few other things. But like I said, the stream altogether was fire. Oh, and of course, Miss Marvel, that Warbird, that new Miss Marvel, fire, despite whatever little hiccups with the hair, the head on the two head sculpts that's going to come with her. Obviously, we're going to need to see that body reused for a lot of our heroines that need upgrades in Marvel Legends right now, but I'm really looking forward to that Miss Marvel. Definitely a much-needed addition to upgrading some of your Avengers teams, like a 70s, early 80s Avengers team with Miss Marvel. Also, current things like the Mighty Avengers, New Avengers. And then finally, that Ghost Rider, obviously much needed upgrade from the older one we got with the sort of static bike. These new accessories are definitely a great upgrade. You know, we got a Danny Ketch Ghost Rider with spikes and stuff. Mezco kind of dropped the ball on the costume in terms of that. Unfortunately, we never got the EOV. You know how that turned out. So, you know, this would have been a time for 85th anniversary celebration. Did I say 85th before? Or did I say 80th? But yeah, this would have been cool to go along with your Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. But y'all f***ed that up. All right, I'm back home now. I was in Cali for about 4 or 5 days. It was wonderful. I'll be back. While I was there, though, I did peep the most recent episode of X-Men 97. We talked about this on the podcast, but that line from Deathbird, Milky Way Ghetto, hilarious. X-Men 97 has been phenomenal. They are taking a lot of inspiration directly from the comic books, and I'm here for it. Obviously, I talked a lot about comic-based figures in this episode, but it should be noted that the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine, the first kind of official trailer, went up yesterday. I'm intrigued. I did say at the beginning of this that it wouldn't be any MCU stuff happening this year, but this is the one and only movie that's happening in July, basically. I'm back making videos. I got a lot of stuff to get to, so thanks to everybody that's been popping in on old videos and asking me what's going on. I'm back, baby. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.
I'm in the game, I'm grinding, I got to play 24 hours in a day, 7 days out the week, I never sleep. I'm on my grizzly bear, 52 weeks out the year, yeah.